Welcome to Quick Stop F1. My name is Nyasha and you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. You don't know we're out here. That's the energy I'm on today. It's been a minute. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in today. I'm riding solo. I wanted to talk to the people, to you guys out there, one-to-one, mano-a-mano, and obviously any other thing that you may recognize yourself as. We're not discriminatory over here. No, don't piss me off. But I want to say, if you are watching this, welcome to Quick Stop F1, the home of the most unfiltered F1 comments, commentary, content in the world. My name is Nyasha. I helped start this thing alongside someone called Tandy. She can't be here today. She'll be here after the race. And we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in each and every time. Thank you for tuning in to the Saturday show with Tash and Pash. Round of applause for those two. Incredible content. Incredible. Make sure you go. Oh, shit. Oh, okay, it's enough. It's enough. It's enough for you guys. But make sure you go check those two out. Some incredible content there. If you're here for the first time, if you're here for the 100th time and you're not subscribed, what the hell are you doing? Subscribe to the channel. 5-star ratings if you're listening on Spotify. If you're on Apple, leave us a review. And there's a Patreon there for an ad-free stream. Guys, it all helps. Thank you so much for supporting throughout the years. We appreciate that. So today I thought I'd take some questions from you guys, see what you guys wanted to talk about. In the words of Cody Rhodes, what do you want to talk about? Well, it would seem, obviously, that Lewis Hamilton is on everyone's lips. And we've got a question from Mo __ Xander. Is that how we say that, by the way? Is it Xander? XNDA. Like, how's he calling him? Like, how are we pronouncing that? Like, I've just said something there that may revoke my Team LH membership. I don't even know if that's correct. But look, anyway, Mo44, long time supporter. I see you all the time. Appreciate the question. And the question that she has posed, or they have posed, is your thoughts on the new Merc book and Toto's comments. So I know that Tasha and Paris went in on this on Saturday. I know there's been a lot of chat about this. And I've had some thoughts on Toto Wolff that I've wanted to talk about for a while, even just like the end of the Lewis Hamilton kind of time in Mercedes. And this is a perfect question to talk about it on because it's fucked. I'm not going to lie to you, like, it's fucked. I'll read the comments. And it's not even like, in isolation, I don't really have an issue with what Toto said. I'm not going to lie to you. That may surprise you. You may agree with that. You may not agree with that. I'm not overly, I don't know. Look, let's just read what he's had to say. This page has got so many pop-ups. Guys, if you run a Formula One website, putting loads of pop-ups on it so that I cannot read the content, adverts on the page so the page doesn't load, is counterintuitive to your revenue streams. I'm not going to stay on the page. Anyway, that's for you GP fans. So, God, all right. And I've got a bit of the sniffles, so apology if you do hear that on the mic. So, Toto Wolff suggested Lewis Hamilton could soon be on the decline, making an astonishing contract revelation. And essentially, he's gone on to say, we're in a sport where cognitive sharpness is extremely important, and I believe everyone has a shelf life. So I need to look at the same generation. It's the same in football, blah, blah, blah. Where's the rest of this article? Oh, is that it? Oh, here we go. And that's the reason, essentially, why we only signed a 1 + 1 year contract. And this was Toto Wolff on the High Performance podcast. Ironic! Do you not think that Toto Wolff would go on the High Performance podcast, seeming as the W15 has shown nothing but shite performance all freaking year, minus 3 races? Are you daft? Don't piss me off. What are we doing here, Toto? The days of you being able to talk with authority on high performance have been over for 3 years. Let's stop. Let's talk about declining performance. Let's talk about declining cognitive ability. Cognitive ability would let you know that you designed, let's go back. 2021, and I'm putting this on your door as the guy who puts himself on these podcasts, talking at Oxford, talking with business magazines, high performance podcasts, blah, 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 rare, tear, tear. You're the one who is at the helm of this organization, which you believe you're running in an efficient, successful, and competitive manner. There is neither or. What else have I got here? Bang! Huh? Toto Wolff, your days have been numbered, your days have been done for a minute. And you know what? It's only the goodwill of Team LH which has allowed you to continue without the kind of introspection that you need from within as to how your job is still safe. Because it's been a catalogue of errors. 2021, Mercedes declined to update the car other than like twice in favor of working on the 2022 car. Now, for all intents and purposes, the plan worked, right? So I'm not going to shit on Toto Wolff for that. Lewis Hamilton should have won the title. We all know why he didn't. It's bullshit. However, you guys sacrificed what could have been an easier championship win for a car which was so fucking bad that it was an embarrassment on the F1 grid. Anyone who knew anything about aerodynamics looked at that car, took one look at it and was like, I'm not sure. But in your heads, this was the beginning of, as Martin Brundle sometimes likes to put it, I think, what did you say? Like, confidence over adhesion or something like that. Essentially, when drivers go into like overtakes and they don't really have, they don't have the grip to be able to do so, they don't have the car underneath them to be able to do so, and it never works out. You guys thought you could arrogant your way through things, but there's a cost cap now. You can't just dump philosophies or pour money into your car to make it better. You can't do that anymore. You clearly didn't have a fundamental understanding on the regulations. Fast forward 3 years. Can we say that they have a fundamental understanding on the regulations? No, they don't. No, they don't. Are you mad? It's pathetic. The worst thing about Toto Wolff, your leadership, is that from 2021-22, fine, we can all make a shite car once, but you guys got so gassed off a one fluke win in Brazil for your golden boy, George Russell, that has set off an even worse timeline of events where you've kept with the same design, even though for 90% of the season, this car was dog shit. But you keep with that design for 90% of the season. And then what happens? Not even the first race ain't even done. It's qualifying. I'll get this quote up now. Let me get it up now, because I've got time for you, Toto Wolff, today. It's just me. Hold on. Bahrain Toto Wolff 2022. 23. Here we go. Toto Wolff on race day, after race day, Toto Wolff called the Bahrain Grand Prix one of the worst days in racing for Mercedes. He also said that Mercedes hoped for more than P3 on the Bahrain grid, but their race pace should be better. Let me tell you now, he was saying that after one race last year. Why? Because they persisted with a dogshite philosophy off the back of one race and then realized they need to switch halfway through. Okay, they switch halfway through. Lewis drags an absolute boat of a car into third place in the championship. This is the same guy you're saying has declining cognitive ability, but in a dogshite car was able to drag it to third place in the drivers' standings. Higher than McLaren cars, higher than Ferrari cars, higher than Golden Boy George Russell. Keep that in mind. Don't piss me off. So you're saying, off the back of that, because we've got to remember the timings for these things. You've been negotiating with Lewis Hamilton for a year now, right? And this guy, although there's no win, why? Because the car's dog shit. Why? Because your strategy is awful. Why? Because the pit stops are shite. I'm here today. I'm outside. We're here to pod today. Don't piss me off. Taking all of that into account, I don't even know if that. Oh God! Oh, we'll let that go. Taking all of that into account, you're telling me this man that carried your team into third, that you say increases the marketability of your team, this guy that's literally had to sacrifice his own performance because whether he's volunteered to do it, whether he's asked to do it by the team, we all can acknowledge that Lewis Hamilton has sacrificed what could be stable performance in his vehicle to benefit the team, to benefit your golden boy, who finished below him, by the way, who crashes out of positions when he's in favourable positions, who can't keep his tyres within an inch of their life given the opportunity. Huh? This guy, your golden boy. So you've negotiated with Lewis, and you're telling me at the end of 2024, sorry, at the end of 22, and you're into 23, and you're telling me that the contract you signed with Lewis, I think in June, July, whatever, is a 1+1 contract. And you're saying you did that because you're not sure of the ability of Lewis Hamilton. You think he's got declining performance, which is fair, okay? I get it. People's pace doesn't last forever. No, Lewis Hamilton is not going to be the quickest driver on the grid forever. Facts. You could even argue, maybe, some of that blistering one of that pace, has that gone? Maybe. We don't know. We'll see when he goes to Ferrari, right? But you're telling me there's no world. I'm sorry. I get the theory. But let me tell you right now, there is no world whatsoever that Kimi Antonelli in 2024, in 2025, is a better bet than Lewis Hamilton in that car. There is no way you're telling me in 2024, 2025, that George Russell is a better bet in that Mercedes car than Lewis Hamilton. Project George, like you tried. He's not set the place on fire. He's not outperformed Lewis at a rate where you're thinking, wow, fuck me, this guy's the future. He's matched the guy that you think is lacking in his cognitive, ability. At best, he's matched him. You guys can do the quality thing as much as you like. No one in 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 years time out of any season is ever going, oh, wow, do you know what the quality head-to-head was? Fuck off. That's agenda-led bullshit. And you can do that if you're a little troll on Twitter. You can do that if you're a media conglomerate with your own ideas of what you want to put out to the public. No one respects quality head-to-head when the race matters. Championships are won on Sunday points. I would rate sprint races head-to-head more than quality head-to-heads, if anything. At least there's points for that. There's tangible. What is qualifying if you're not converting it in the race? There's a tweet that's like, Lewis Hamilton could start 20th, George Russell could start first, and they'll still end up in the same piece of tarmac. That is more an indictment on how bad George is than how good Lewis is. Because he cannot, when given the opportunities, how many has he converted? His win this season, how did that come about? Oh, wait. You know what? I've got the thing for that too. I'm podding today. Don't piss me off, bro. We can wait. We can wait. How did George Russell's win this season come about? I need you to show your working as well. And if you can't show your working, you're not going to get the marks. This is elementary mathematics right now. Answers on a postcard, please. It was a fucking fluke. He lucked into it. How did he win in Brazil? Don't make me play the music again. You know what? I want to hear your workings, guys. I want to hear your workings. How did George Russell win his first race? Oh, wait. We're the pod today. Don't piss me off, bro. I need to know. We can all run agenda-based narratives if you want, but we're here to talk the reals today. It was a fucking fluke! Yes, you have to be in it to win it. Yes, he capitalized on things that went round, things, that went wrong around him and blah, 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 blah. Give me a lights to flag George performance that is one for the ages, that people are still talking about to this day. One of George's top 3 performances of all time came in what? Came in qualifying in Belgium. He's a mirage. He's an oasis in the desert. I don't think he's actually... Oh, my God. The thing don't jam. That Mercedes are willing to risk everything they have on having an incredible engine in 26. And with that engine... they are willing to bet all of it on George Russell and Kimi Antonelli. And you're telling me Toto Wolff is going on a high-performance podcast? Don't piss me off. I've got... Honestly. Like, guys, let's be real right now. Let's be fucking real. So what do I think of Toto's comments? If you haven't guessed, it's I lost a lot of respect for Toto, and mostly because of how he's handled the exit. It's been bad, and it's not just been bad. I've said this before. Culture comes from the top down, right? So the culture of a company is dictated by... You see how Red Bull are... Look at the culture within Red Bull. Go read up about the parent company, Red Bull, and how they operate and what they've done and, things like that. I'm not here to get into it. You can go look it up yourself. The internet is there. You're clearly on it as you're listening to me. Mercedes... the culture at Mercedes-AMG Petronas F1 comes from Toto, right? And it comes from Lewis in two different ways. Some of you might not, look, I know I keep harping on about 2021, but I just think there's something you guys need to kind of know about the Mercedes social media. When we were in 2021 and before George came, Lewis was like the focal point of the content on Mercedes, AMG, F1, Petronas, social media pages. And for the longest period of time, I swear to God, I thought the Mercedes admin was black. I thought they were black. I was like, some of the memes they were using, the vernacular they were using, the reference points they were using, like, I swear to God, I was like, oh wow, this person's one of us. They get it. And I guess one, turns out they weren't. Two, turns out that I think they low-key don't like Lewis, which is kind of, don't like Lewis's fans, which is fair. You know, we're pretty demanding. I can imagine it would make your job pretty difficult if, when it goes bad and, you know, Team LH on your back. I get it. But some of the tweets we saw them liking after everything that happened in 2021 and some of the stuff that they've done since, they used Lewis Hamilton's cultural capital to build parasocial relationships with their fans, their followers, and then after 21, like, discarded it. They discarded it like a fucking Shein outfit. One and done, wore it, got what I needed out of it, took it off. And I think there's something fucked about that. And the reason I mention this is because you compare and contrast how it was in that. It's like those last 6 months of 2021 before the Abu Dhabi, like the fucking collective togetherness we all felt with Mercedes F1 as Lewis Hamilton fans. We were riding at dawn for these, man. Yeah, we saw little cracks in the fucking, do you know what I mean, in the armor, some of the strategy calls, some of the things Toto Wolff said weren't great, but you know what? You know, ride out. That's my guy. I'll ride out for him. But it's gone now. It's almost like erasure now. And that comes from the top. It's not a coincidence Toto Wolff saying these things. Just the same way it's not a coincidence that Lewis is struggling with the car. It's not a coincidence that Lewis is almost, they try to erase him, erase his achievements on social media. Anytime there's a milestone reached, it's like we have to fucking nag them to tell us, like, to celebrate Lewis, celebrate their driver. We have to fucking prod them in the fucking back. You have to get, you know, like that meme where that guy from Power's getting like, oh no, it's not going back. It's the meme for the kid in bed in like the young jail correctional facility place, and they wake him up and he's like, ah! That's Mercedes. Whenever we have to tell them, like, yo, do you know Lewis Hamilton's like broke a record after this race? Do you wanna say something about that? But let George do something good. Oh my God, we're dining out on that for days. And some of you may say, of course they're going to do that. Of course they're going to fucking concentrate on George. He's the one that's staying. Of course they're going to hype up George. They're not mutually exclusive items. In your social media plan, you can still hype up the most legendary driver to drive for your team. Sorry, including Fangio in that. You can kill me if you want. Don't care. Oh, double barrel. You don't have to put someone down to hype up your team. coming from the top down. Toto Wolff putting Lewis down to hype up George and Kimi. Social media, all the way down to a 23 to 26 grand a year social media executive putting just like this real refusal to really praise Lewis. The content we've got in this run. Zero nostalgic content. Zero, we could have been feasting this whole year. This should have been like a home run. No matter how bad things are going out in fact, even more so that things are going bad out there right now. What we can still have is an appreciation of what's gone before. How many races has Lewis won out on the calendar? You're telling me some kind of retro, Lewis talking about his wins. Even videos of people from the factory, talking about how they how it felt to win certain races on certain dates on certain races. It's pathetic. It's pathetic how these last few months have gone, which brings me on to another question. We've had a few questions on this, especially from, I'm going to go with Adetun, who asks, hello to you, my dear. Here is the tweet to Christopher. So they say, I'm sorry, my nose. They say, so Lewis had in his last 3 races for McLaren 2 DNFs. Do you think something familiar is happening this time? What are your predictions? Thank you. And I think someone else maybe asked something about what might be happening. I can't remember. But my predictions are that it's a sad state of affairs where I'm not really expecting. This was supposed to be like a flourish, a final flourish. And when we won those 2 races in Belgium and Silverstone, I really thought after summer break, wow, what a great end to the season it's going to be. But it's just got worse. It's got more toxic. The boss isn't helping now. The whole team, and you can tell the relationship is done. Lewis's whole demeanor is one of I can't wait for Christmas. I can't wait, can't wait for the season to end. He's ready to go to Ferrari. He's looking at their performance now. They're looking more consistent, if not excellent, but they're more consistent than Mercedes right now. I can't guarantee that it won't be just a bit of a damp squib, sorry. It's sad. I don't know how the next 3 races are going to go. I've got no expectations. I've got no excitement for them. I'm almost indifferent right now to everything that's going on at Mercedes. I think as fans, a lot of us have checked out. I think they've checked out. They're already saying that they're going to be running experiments on the car anyway to understand the 2026, 25 car. No, if that's the case, I'll watch the races. I'll be here to make content. But from an emotional standpoint, I'm not expecting anything. I'm expecting some. I hope we can get into Q3 for all of them, And I hope that Lewis is able to just have strong races in them. Maybe one more podium would be nice, But yeah, I just don't see it happening, unfortunately. And that's that. The sad state of affairs. But where Lewis is now, that's finished. But where he's going, That is even more interesting. There was a question here from, I think it's Clinton. Where is it? Should have had these up already. Oh, that would have helped. Clinton Desvaux. Sorry, this cold is killing me, guys. Pardon me. Right. Clinton has asked, is there any insight from the Carlos Sainz Jr. and Charles Leclerc relationship at Ferrari that Lewis Hamilton may take into consideration for 25 as Lewis becomes a teammate of Charles? I don't know how to put this politely. Whether Ferrari fans want to admit it or not, and I really want you to have some introspection right now, right? No, Lewis Hamilton is not getting Enzo Ferrari's house. He wouldn't want to stay in that dusty ass house anyway. It might have been okay for Schumi in 1996, but it's 2024. And it was old as shit then. Respectfully. It was old as shit in 1996. What do you think that place looks like now? And you think a man of Lewis Hamilton's caliber is not going to just get a nice little place out in Maranello or wherever, do you know what I mean? Floriano. Do you not think? Do you know what I mean? Think about it. Think about it. But Ferrari fans, and I mean the Ferrari fans who've spent their life hating Lewis Hamilton and now have to pretend that they're excited to have him and already trying to tell Team LH the rules. I don't know how to put this as politely as possible without sounding disrespectful. But this is our team now. Okay? Look at me. We're the captain now. Okay? This team is about to get black as fuck. Don't piss me off. They, in the same way that, and I will get to the question, but I just want you to know, if you're uncomfortable with the black man driving for your team, you're about to see a whole lot of black people supporting your team now. Oh my God. And I know you, man, were there first. I know you were. But we're about to have a cookout on your lawn. There's going to be pig feet. There's going to be grits. There's going to be all kinds of soul food. Pack away the pasta. Pack away the risotto. Pack away the mozzarella. We don't deal with them things no more, bro. This is our team now. You're going to see your team in so much shit that you've not seen before, in a good way and a bad way. The cultural capital that Ferrari is going to have. They all are already the most famous race team in the world. You have no idea, Lewis. There's a reason they threw the bag at him. Do you think a team like Ferrari would throw the bag at anyone for any reason? They have been chasing my man for years. They finally got the opportunity to do it at a time when Lewis Hamilton is building an absolute conglomerate of businesses, marketing opportunities. It is his team. They're not spending that for him to be a peripheral member of the team. I say all this to say, how does he manage the relationship with Charles? Charles seems like a pretty easygoing guy. I don't think there's going to be especially issues. I don't think we're going to see the type of things that we've seen in Mercedes. I think, because that team is going to give both drivers the same ability to win at the weekends as each other, right? Of course, there's going to be tension. These fucking sound effects. What is going on? Like, I don't even know if they're playing or not. Like, do you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna play it anyway. Okay, I'm just going to assume they're playing now because I can't hear them. There it is! He's going to a team where they both got the same opportunity to win, right? They're not. One car is going to be drastically different to another as they look to. Have you heard any other team running drastically different setups just to try and find out what the fuck is wrong with their car? It's insane. Like, do you know what I mean? So already, mentally, that's going to be easier on both drivers. 2, I think Lewis is going to be there. I don't think he's going to... I think the relationship between Charles and him is a completely different to the relationship between him and George. And I think what he'll probably get from the Carlos Sainz relationship with Charles Leclerc is that, in all honesty, the only times where it got heated between the two was when Carlos Sainz overrode the shite strategy that Ferrari were giving him. And that in turn led him to be in front of Charles. Because they were trying to engineer Charles to be ahead of Carlos. And he'd be like, no, stop inventing, leave me to it. And pretty much how he got his Singapore win and his Silverstone win, I can't imagine they'll be doing that with Lewis. In terms of, well, we'll see. But again, I think Lewis will get a better, this is Ferrari, so I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think he'll get better strategy calls than he's getting in Mercedes. I just think I think it'll be a more harmonious environment for him. I think he had outgrown Mercedes in the same way he'd outgrown McLaren, for different reasons. McLaren, it was more boy becoming a man. I need to kind of break out from this like restrictive kind of molds that Ron Dennis has created for me. So I'm going to go to a team where I've got more independence, more power to do what I want to do. I can grow my brand, I can grow myself, X, Y, Z. I think he's outgrown Mercedes now. I think Mercedes can't house his fan base. I think they don't know what to do with his fan base, as evidenced by the merch that has come out, as evidenced by the fan events that they do, as evidenced by the way they're treating him. And I think he's outgrown them from, this is a team that didn't want to work with him to be an ambassador, They didn't want to leverage his position in the sport as, whether you like it or not, as a legend of the sport. I just think, well, if you're not going to do that, but Ferrari will, that's an incredible opportunity for Ferrari and for Lewis. And I think for him now, Lewis Hamilton, Ferrari driver, just rings so much. Oh, that's money. Like, that is so much more prestigious than Lewis Hamilton, Mercedes driver. It will become even more prestigious when he wins an 8th there, which I was asked by our good friend, bring Beauty Zulu, who has locked their account, so I won't give the ad. But do you think LH can get that 8th? Yeah, I do. And I think the relationship between Carlos and Charlotte, we know that it's going to be pretty harmonious between the two. We'll see in 2026 if Ferrari are as strong as they, say they may be. How will that affect them if they're in a title fight? I think that would be interesting. How will it affect the whole team if they're in a title fight? That would be interesting to see. But But yeah, I think it's I'm quietly not quietly. I just know. I have faith. I have faith. You know, I have faith in Lewis Hamilton. I don't think that there's been a cognitive decline. I don't think there's been a um, I don't I don't buy it. You know, I don't buy it. I look at his performances in races, and I don't see a driver who's still not top three drivers on the grid. Like I just don't. You know, and I think a stable car, able to do what he wants to do with it, I don't see why he wouldn't again be able to take a car, even if it's not the best car on the grid, to have consistent enough results to be there or thereabouts. Almost like Fernando in like 2012, or like one of the other Fernando years where he was like, you know, it definitely wasn't the fastest car, but his consistency meant that they were up there. I think it was 2012. Yeah, I just think I think he'll have at least that kind of season where he'll be consistent enough to be up there. And yeah, I think I've got no doubt about that. I need to blow my nose, so we're going to put a little break here so I can blow my nose. Thank you. We're back. Sorry, right. I had to blow my nose there. Right. And the other thing, what I will say is, right, about this whole like Lewis Hamilton, last few races, Ferrari, whatever. I don't think people are ready for next year. Like, I really don't think. I feel like Team NH are ready for next year. Because we've been ready for next year since February 7th, February 4th, whenever this news came out. We've been ready. I don't think the rest of them, I don't think you guys who are not locked in are ready. And like, you need to get ready. Like, Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari is going to dominate pretty much 80% of the narrative next year. Like, from the moment January 1st comes and that Mercedes contract is done and he starts the Ferrari one, it's the countdown to seeing him at Ferrari, in the factory, the countdown to seeing him in overalls, the countdown to him driving the car for the first time, the countdown to seeing him qualify, testing. The first time hearing him talk about being at Ferrari, maybe being able to speak more honestly about his experiences at Mercedes when he's not there. There's going to be so many things I don't think people are like really thinking about in terms of like, it's going to dominate social media and mainstream media most of the season. The first Italian race of Lewis Hamilton there, the first American race of Lewis Hamilton. Like, I don't think, like, it's such a snowball effect. It has, like, it is the biggest F1 news ever. Like, whether you want to admit it or not, Lewis, the fact that it's not kind of dissipated throughout the year, and it's not just like this flash in the pan piece of news. You know, like, Adrian Newey to Aston Martin was massive news. Right? Massive news. What a coup from Lawrence Stroll to get Adrian Newey to go to Aston Martin. Massive news. Adrian Newey leaving Red Bull. Also, massive news. This is like 1 billion times that. Like, do you know what I mean? Whether you're a traditionalist or not, whether you value out of the car or not, in the car, out of the car, this is massive. I can't wait for next year. It is a shot in the arm for F1, for content creators, for everyone involved in the ecosystem of Formula One. That Lewis Hamilton is staying in the sport for 2 more years at the most prestigious team in the sport is incredible. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'll tell you that for free. All right. And also, like, when it does go well, oh my God, if you think Team LH are insufferable now, Don't say we didn't warn you. Don't say we didn't warn you. Right. Let's get some other questions. Right, let's go with this. Oh God, I've just clicked away from it. Oh God. Right. This person, Danny Versalk, has asked your thoughts on the rookies this year and which one of them has the best potential ahead. Right. So, under consideration are Ollie Behrman, Franco. I guess, do we count Kimi? Who else is there? The Alpine guy. Sorry, I can't remember his name. Jack Doohan. Right. Let's talk about, I guess, how do I view the rookies? I think the way I view the rookies is, and then you've also got the guy coming in at Sauber, who is Brazilian. Bortoleto. And obviously we've got Lawson as well, who'll be making his full-time. Out of everyone, I think next year, the person who's going to be doing the best is probably Liam Lawson. I think, you know, I don't think he's, you know, the next big thing. But I do think, one, his even more experience that he has coming into this season, next season, I think will be really good for him. I just think, I think and also I like his fearlessness. I think if he can iron out some of the contact stuff that he's had this year, I think Liam Lawson will do really well. I think Ollie Behrman and Franco Colapinto are good. I think Brazil showed the levels, if you want me to be honest. It's super difficult conditions for anyone. But I think it was just good to put a dampener, you know? I think expecting the world of these rookies, you know, off the back of a couple performances is asking a lot. I go into every F1 season not expecting anything from rookies. And if I'm shown something, then I'm like, yeah, awesome. But with like the amount of limited testing these guys get in you know, this type of car, or in like up-to-date cars, you know, as much as they may be in older cars and they may be in in the sim, it's not the same as actually driving, you know, an up-to-date car. So I'm not expecting anything from Kimi Antonelli. I'm not expecting anything from Doohan, Bortoleto, Behrman, Lawson. I just want to see consistency. I think, you know, honestly, like, you want to see something like we saw from Oscar Piastri. I think that's like, in terms of like the bar of rookie seasons, we're talking, Lewis Hamilton rookie season is, I mean, Kimi Antonelli has the opportunity to do the funniest thing if the Mercedes is good. But really and truly, look at where these rookies are coming in, and you're looking for them to have the type of season, not even Oscar, to be honest, that car was like being able to fight for like podiums and potential wins. So maybe not Oscar, but Charles Leclerc's debut season in Sauber. Outperform your more experienced teammate. Get into the points when you have the opportunity to get into the points every single time. Get into Q3 when you have the opportunity to get into Q3. Those are like, if as a rookie you're doing those three things and you're not making stupid mistakes, I'll take that off other than like one or two hero ball performances. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you keep it out of the wall, you're able to maximize your car's qualifying potential. So you have one lap pace, and then in the race, you're able to consolidate that and stay in and around the position that you've qualified in, and then take advantage of situations where people may drop out and whatever. That's an incredible rookie season. That's the standard that people need to try and aim for. And if they could do that, then fine. We've not really had, Oscar aside, we've not had that many great full debut rookie seasons recently. So I think that's where I'm at with it. That's why, other than that, no expectations. I think Franco's done really well in the first few races, but I think we're starting to see some of the rawness of Franco in certain cases. And I think Alex Albon's been unfortunate, made some of his own bad luck in some cases. But I think, he would have done better than him in the last couple of races, probably. And Ollie Behrman, yeah. I mean, let's see how it goes. If Haas can continue to be where they are, then he's got a great opportunity to have a great rookie season, because that's probably, out of all the rookies, he's probably going into the best team other than Kimi, obviously. So between him and Liam, I guess. I guess Alpine are up there as well. Now now they got those points in Brazil. So yeah, I think you're looking at, out of Liam, Lawson, Ollie Behrman, Jack Doohan, out of those three, it'll be interesting to see who performs better out of those three. Oh, my money. Oh, God. My money is on Liam Lawson. I'm just sorry, I don't actually need these headphones because I'm not actually listening to anyone other than myself. Right. Let's go to another question. This was a good question that made me think. Who are your fave all-time midfield drivers? I had to think about this one. So, I'm not going to lie to you, and it's like, I used to really like I had a real soft spot for Rubens Barrichello. I don't know if it was his name, but I always just had a bit of a soft spot for him. And I know he drove a Ferrari, and obviously it was that Brawn GP as well, which obviously it was a championship winning car. But he is mid, isn't he? Like, let's be honest. He was a bit mid, but I always had a bit of a soft spot for him because of how passionate he was. A bit misplaced, but he was quite passionate. I had a soft spot for Fisichella. Again, another he has driven, I want to say he was a Ferrari at some point, but not for long. And then, was he a Ferrari? Now I'm like, did Fisichella drive a Ferrari? Let's have a look. I feel like I'm right, but I may be wrong and confusing him with someone else. And Giancarlo Fisichella and Ferrari. I think people with funny, not funny names, but with like cool names, like Barrichello, Fisichella. Like, I like their names. They were strong names. But honest to God, like, I've never really had like a real soft spot for I never really had a soft spot for like midfield drivers. I'm trying to think of like drivers who should have maybe got more of a chance, but weren't, especially like recently. And I can't really think of this. In all honesty, yeah, the one midfield driver that I have a real soft spot for, and I really like rooting for, is like Yuki Tsunoda. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'll back Yuki to the end. And when he got that, when he had that incredible performance in Brazil, I was like, oh God, Yuki coin. I'll back that to the moon, bruv. I love that kid. Yeah, he's probably like my favorite midfield driver of like recent times. I can't think of anyone, because I've just been like in my life, I've supported two drivers. Schumacher retired, supported Hamilton. So, yeah, everything else has kind of been like not really too bothered about. But when I was younger, definitely Barrichello and Fisichella. And Heinz Harald Frentzen. Oh my God, what a name. Heinz Harald Frentzen. I used to love that guy. In the Jordan. That was my guy. Also, Kimi Räikkönen at Sauber. Purely because you just knew, you could tell, like, this kid is the future. Like, oh my God. I always used to race with him on whatever F1 game I had at the time. And Kimi was at Sauber because he was just like he was the boy. You could just tell he was going to be a future world champion, which he was. Okay, let's wrap this up. I've been talking for far too long and my voice is getting hoarse. Right, a couple of questions on something exciting. Here it is. Ola asks, how are we all going to celebrate when this wretched season is over? Visit to a favourite Italian restaurant of our choice. I'm not a massive fan of Italian restaurants, purely because I can cook Italian food really well. So when I go to an Italian restaurant, unless they're doing fresh pasta, I'm not really bothered by it. Like, do you know what I mean? Because I can cook pasta better than restaurant quality. So why would I? Like, do you know what I mean? But I do like Italian food. But someone else asks, are you releasing tickets for your event in December? Pisces Groove. We are. We're doing an event. Live show. Hold on. Let's hype this up. 2 seconds. Ba, 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 ba. Don't piss me off. London. Stand up. Are you ready? We will be in Peckham on the 15th of December. Huh? We will be, Tandy and I, performing live for you. A live podcast of the Quick Stop Everyone show following a stream of the 2024 British Grand Prix, huh? Yeah, really excited. So, on the 15th of December, Sunday the 15th of December, we will be bringing to you an extravaganza of a live screening of the British Grand Prix, followed by a live podcast from Quickstop F1. Tickets are out on Friday. It's a Christmas party. There's going to be DJs there. I'm going to try and decorate it all Christmassy. We'll try and get you some Christmas treats of some sort. We're in a new venue. So I'm excited to bring you the new venue. And it's in like a studio. We'll have a projector on like a massive screen. And it's going to be a really cool event. I think it's one of those things where it's been a tough year, man, for all of us in one way or another. Yeah, it's been a tough year. I moved from London, moved on my own. I found it all really hard. I'm not going to lie to you. But I feel like I'm getting better. I'm healthier. I need to fix this tooth. But it's almost also like a reminder, you know? Like, this is what happens when you get fucked up. You do stupid things. But yeah, I'm healthier and I'm excited for the future. I wasn't before, which is why we probably would have done a live show of some sort. But we haven't, and I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be around people, you know. I spent a lot of time this year on my own, you know. When I'm ready to go into the public here, I'm ready to do these live shows again. I hope you guys want to be there with us. Yeah, the tickets are out on Friday. And yeah, if you're on your own, if you want to come, please come. It's a lovely event full of really cool people. I hope you guys want to come still. I know it's been a while since we've done one. I think it was last year for the live show, which was in... Oh, it was at my mate Dave's. Yeah, we were at the Brazil Grand Prix last year. So like this time last year would have been. Yeah. We're in like a massive studio space, so we're not going to be cramped in as we have been in other venues. Slightly bigger capacity. I think we'll go up to 60 this time, but once tickets are gone, guys, they are gone. Please don't message me for guest listing them things there. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for... I think this year I really want to just like clean up. Like, there's so much shit I need to clean up with our stuff and just get things on a roll and get into like a nice routine of making stuff. And there's stuff that I want to make, that I want to do, that I want to kind of like practice this year, and then go full length next year. Like I think I do want to do like the live watch along stuff again. I think I do want to do videos on YouTube, like shorter ones, but maybe not every day. I think I do want to, do that kind of stuff, but maybe like a bit different than we're doing it. I do want to do more live shows next year as well. Just to let you know, we are looking at international live shows next year. So, keep an eye out. We've got, hopefully got a really couple cool things to announce on that front. Hopefully, we'll see after next year. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for my own future. I think everyone else should be too. I think that's why I wanted to come on my own today. I just wanted to fucking talk. I haven't spoken like this for ages. I feel so privileged and happy to be able to speak on this platform to you guys and of what me and Tandy and I have built, and Chris and Tasha. I think we've built something really cool, and I'm proud of it. And it's crazy. Like I see people like commenting like, "You'll never get more than 5,000 subscribers, 10,000 subscribers." Like, I couldn't give a shit. Couldn't care less. Like, there's people with 30,000, 40,000 subscribers that couldn't sell the live tickets that we do. That don't get the kind of brand opportunities that we do. We're not even, and like, in all honesty, that's what annoys me about Quickstop. It's like, it could be bigger. It's not bigger because we're inconsistent. We're inconsistent because I'm inconsistent. That's my fault. Like, do you know what I mean? But I'm self-aware enough to know that. I know if we were more consistent, we'd easily have more subscribers. We'd easily have more followers. But also, I want to keep it as authentic as possible. I want to keep it as real as possible. I want to keep it as us as possible. We have a great community here. And I don't know, forgive me if I don't want, like, I'm like a bit, I feel a bit of trepidation about becoming ridiculously big. Of course I want more people to watch us or whatever, but like, views aren't, this is what people think. I'd rather have the community than like views. Every time. We have the best community, and that is borne out by the live shows, where it's like mostly women, and it's mostly women of color. And I think for an F1 space to have that, I think that's awesome. And if we were to stop today, not that we will, but if Quickstop F1 were to stop today, I can be very proud of the legacy that we have in this sport. But we're not stopping. We're going to go even harder. Next year's going to be even better. I can't wait just to make things again. I feel so happy right now making things, and I'm going to feel so happy talking to you guys. One last question. before I skedaddle, loads of questions about Blue Sky. Loads of questions about Blue Sky. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. I am not coming to Blue Sky. Sorry. Why aren't I coming to Blue Sky? One, I'm trying to stay off social media. I'm trying to change my relationship with social media as much as possible. And I want to create more than I participate. And I'm an addict. I get addicted to things. And I don't need another thing to have to monitor and check. At this moment in time, I'm really happy you guys have the community that you do on Blue Sky. I think it's great. I love you guys. But really and truly, I think I really want to concentrate on growing the TikTok and Instagram this year and next year. And the reason for that is because, maybe Twitter is dying. Do I think Blue Sky is the alternative to it? I think it's an alternative, but really and truly, anyway, as a business model, we really do have to start thinking about shifting. Well, not shifting, but getting as big a following as we have on like if we had 15K on TikTok and we had 15K on Instagram and we had 15K on Twitter and we had 15K on YouTube, like that is so strong to then go out to people and say, this is what we do. It's so strong. It's like an organic marketing kind of strategy. You might say, cool, you should have 50K on Blue Sky. I want to wait and see. I want to wait and see whether it's worth it. At this moment in time, it's not worth me trying to... I think people underestimate, like, building Quickstop on Twitter took me being on Twitter, like, chronically for 3 years to get it to where it is now. I don't have the time to put into a new social media thing like that. And I don't think it's worth my time doing so from a business point of view. From a personal point of view, I'm going down with the Twitter ship, guys. You know, I get it. It's toxic. I get it, whatever. But I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, and I'm glad Tandy's on there. You got Tandy, you got Tasha, you got Chris, you got that part of the Quickstop family there. They're going to love you. If it is still a big thing in March, April, like for the new season, I'll consider it. I'll look at where they are. Is it worth it for me? I'll have a look. But right now, there's nothing that you guys are showing me on there that makes me want to get addicted to another social media website. I'm trying to wean myself off it. You may have noticed I'm really not on it as much as I used to be at the moment. I'm trying to get healthier. I want to be more efficient with my time. And like I said, like the one big thing that makes me happy is creating. And I just kind of want to get to a stage where I create stuff, I engage for a little bit, and then I'm able to switch off. And running away from Twitter and going into another one, for me, is not something that I want to do at this moment in time. But it's really cool that people want Quickstop F1 on there, and they want me on there. But for now, it's going to have to be on Twitter. I really want to make food content again. That's like a big thing. I mean, I think I need balance, and I want to get back into cooking as much as I used to, and I want to document that. So when I talk about create and not participate, you know, like I want to spend my time doing other things. I want to learn new techniques of cooking and spend time in the kitchen like I used to, and kind of have that balance of, like, you know, when I make F1 content, I make my F1 content, then I'm able to just kind of leave it a little bit. And then I can make food content, and that kind of makes me happy, and I can put that out, and I've got no expectation on whether it does well or not. I just want to make videos of me cooking. And And yeah, 2024, the goal is just like be happy, be consistent, and create. And I think that's the goal more than anything else. So hopefully that has answered. Oh God, is my battery running out? Oh my God. Oh my God. Hopefully that answers that question. Yeah, just not for me at the moment. But if it gets to a point where it's like TikTok, Insta, I know it's like the most downloaded app at the moment. Like I get it. But if I see a real big need to go on there in like March, May, like if literally everyone is on there and they're not on Twitter as well, fine. Like I'll switch. But I think everyone's straddling the two at the moment because really and truly, I think we built a really nice community on Twitter. And I understand the community is on Blue Sky as well. And I understand like, the toxicity levels of Twitter and stuff like that. But I'm 36 years old, guys. Like, honestly, like I'm struggling to get into TikTok. I'm struggling with Instagram. I'm struggling with YouTube. Like, I don't have the energy to build another community on another word-based site again. Like, it's either Twitter or bust. And if Twitter goes, then I think I'll just work towards going analog with things. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I don't want to spend loads of time on my phone. I don't want to spend loads of time on my computer looking at stuff, So yeah, that's the Blue Sky question. Hopefully that answers your questions. But I love you guys. Thank you for watching and listening to me go for an hour. That was so much fun. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe. We have a Saturday show hosted by the incredible Tasha James. If you don't know her story, Chris, our editor extraordinaire. You know what, yeah, also, respect Quickstop F1, yeah? The team is strong right now. I see some of the comments from some of you. I see some of the side digs you lot try to have at us. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I really don't give a fuck what you guys think about I don't care what you guys think about what we do or what we say or whatever. Like, we've got a great team here. Look at how this podcast looked 3 years ago. Look how it looks now. Look how it's going to look in 2 years' time. And we care about the content that we put out. We've got an incredible editor. Thank you, Chris. We've got an incredible... Tasha came on. She's hosting. She's gone from a producer to hosting her own show on Saturdays now. Her and Paris are doing an incredible job. For us to even have Paris come on, given that we started doing the content thing together in 2021, I think that's incredible. So excited to see where that can go. Tandy's being nominated for Women in Motorsport things and being a real beacon of what can happen when you give people a chance to show their talent. I've got a nice beard at the moment, needs trimming, but growth is what that symbolizes. So yeah, I'm proud of Quickstop F1. If you're proud of us too, give us a subscribe, all of them things there. I'm going to go and maybe watch an old F1 race. I'm going to go watch Hockenheim 2018. There you go. It's a good night. Thank you guys for watching. Much appreciated. Love and light. Love to you all. And yeah. No matter what life throws at you, keep it on the black stuff. Until next time. Take care. Look, mate, if you've got this far, clearly you like what we do. So here's a link to subscribe to the Quickstop F1 family. Give that a click. And here's another link to some more cool on our channel. Sorry, cool stuff. And remember, no matter what happens,
Keep it on the black stuff. Click the stuff. Click the links. Click the links. Click the links. There. They're there.